Welcome to Women's Economic Forum 2006. Our next session regarding fashion is is more powerful than any talent. How to make it a messenger of individual voice. So we have three beautiful ladies. So our lead speaker will start for next session. Please, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Good morning, ladies. I didn't realize that it was already time for us to start. Is it 10:45 already? 10:49. What time are we supposed to start? Oh, okay. Great. I'm glad. My name is Bokwe Burnley. I'm a fashion designer. And I'm also a licensed chaplain, a mother of 5. I think that's actually my most important job, mother of 5. And a wife, a sister. Why am I naming all these things? I'm naming all these things because truly in life, no matter what you're doing, every other thing that you do interacts together. So it's really difficult to separate, clean and clear lines and draw lines like, okay, this is this and that is that. And, I know many times they say, which hat are you wearing? But most of us who are women and professional women, or even not professional women who are at home, you know that it's difficult. Sometimes you still have the other hat on, and then you have to take care of some other business. So that's why usually when I have to speak, I go to say all the other things that I do because, for example, I could be on the phone, really busy with somebody, and then a tap on the door, and then one of my children puts his head and says, "Mom, can I have a banana?" And I'm like, really? At this time, So I'm not going to take off the hat that I was, businesswoman hat and put it down and then grab the mother hat and turn around and say, "Yes, get the banana," because, so anyway, we are talking about fashion today and how fashion can overcome any tyrant. And putting it simply, a tyrant, as we know, I say we could even use the word bully, but basically it's someone, or I would even say some circumstance that is oppressive, takes control over another person or group of people and uses them in a way that they do not consent to, usually for their own benefit. So I'm really passionate about this because my personal motto, and those who know me, I say fashion has got to do more than just make people look good. I love people looking good, and I'm all for people looking good because, like I said, just for those of you who were not here, I said usually people will judge you from the outside. I know that sounds shallow, that's a reality. The thing in life is to know the things that you can change and try to change, and then to know the things that you cannot change and try to live and get by with them. And that is one thing that people will always judge you from the outside. Now, I don't like it because I'm a chaplain, and I'm a great believer that people should look at the heart. But you know what? Because that's what the Bible teaches. But you know what? People are not God. Only God has the ability to see the heart. Human beings, we should not give human beings the responsibility of a God. Human beings will judge you from the outside because that's what they see. So it's so important, therefore, even though we don't like it, to remember that that is how human beings will judge. So from the outside, and then they get to know you better, and they might change their minds if you're lucky, if they hang around to know you better. So fashion being stronger than any tyrant. Now, there are so many ways to fight tyrants, to fight evil. And not all of us are warriors in the natural sense of the word, like grabbing arms, like what do they call them, Navy SEALs and stuff like that. Not all of us have that training. But that does not mean that we cannot fight tyrants too. Musicians use their words in the music to to cross barriers, geographical barriers, racial barriers, socioeconomic barriers, because when you go somewhere and people are dancing, and nobody is like, okay, I'm a millionaire, so I'm going to dance the millionaire's dance. Everybody's just going crazy, everybody's dancing at the same time, and everybody's enjoying. So that's what music does. Fashion can do the same. Fashion can overcome any tyrant. And I've seen that in myself, and I use fashion as my own weapon of choice. And my own weapon of choice, I mean, well, I know I say choice, but actually I don't have a choice because that's all I've got, that's all I know to find. I've done a fashion show raising awareness against human trafficking. And we all, well, most people, especially in America where I come from, where people's lives, majority of the people are comfortable, they always see human trafficking as something that happens somewhere in Asia and somewhere in Africa. They don't even think that it happens in America, for example, but it does happen even in America. So what happened in this case, there was an organization that takes care of survivors of human trafficking. And if you've ever met any of these girls, they are broken. They are really broken because of the trauma of their experience. And one of the things that that organization does is they try to make these girls' dreams come true. And so they had asked one of them, you know, what is one of the things that you'd like to do? She said she would like to wear a wedding dress, and she would like to take part in a fashion show. Now, I know to many of us that looks frivolous, but that was not the case in the eyes of this young girl. She knows she's beautiful, but her beauty was never celebrated. Her beauty, she was taken advantage of because she was a victim of human trafficking. She was a sex slave. So it was going to be a different experience for her to dress beautifully and stand in front of people and be clapped for and be admired instead of prancing around as if you're a piece of meat and these people like vultures just waiting to pounce on you and devour you, you know. And so that's what she wanted. But the other reason why she wanted to model a wedding dress was because in her mind she thought she would never ever get the opportunity to wear a wedding dress, because people are not very forgiving when you are a survivor of human trafficking. They look at you as damaged goods. You understand? Who would want to have her? And so there she was. These people who took advantage of her, they exploited her femininity and her sexuality without her ever having the pleasure of giving it to them as a token of love. And so the closest she could think of was, okay, if I could just wear a wedding dress. And they were having a hard time finding any designer who could provide, you know. So a friend of mine called me and said, you know, this is the situation. Please, would you organize a fashion show? I said, sure, I would organize a fashion show just for those girls. So I made 8 wedding dresses. And some of the girls who were victims themselves modeled in the show. And then volunteers modeled as well. But unfortunately, we couldn't take pictures of the girls during the show because some of them still needed their identities protected. In fact, one of them, she was working with the FBI to break down the ring and everything. So they were still investigating the group and the people that held her, you know, and stuff like that. So we did not allow photographers to take pictures of those girls. But there are pictures on the internet. If you go to Google and you put my name, Okwe Burnley, and slash the photographer, Hilary Moore, and New York designer, something along those lines, you see some of the pictures. But the girls in the pictures were actually volunteer models who wore some of the dresses later on to take pictures, because the girls who were survivors couldn't do that. But it was such a meaningful experience for me, because what I actually did was I told them I wasn't going to design wedding dresses from scratch. What I did was I got older antique wedding dresses, well, not really antique, older wedding dresses from the 70s that had been used, took them apart and remodeled them, repurposed them, and made them modern. And I said the dresses told the story of these girls.
they had been used before by someone, and nobody wanted them anymore. But I wanted to show what could happen through those dresses, what could happen if you invested money, time, and creativity in the lives of those girls, what they could become, how beautiful they could be, how useful they could be. So that was the thing. So even the design of the dresses, the fact that we used older dresses, dresses that had been worn, dresses that had been given up. And I must say, the lady, the bridal shop from where I got those dresses, that lady said she had put up those dresses on eBay. She tried to sell them up even for $50 and nobody would buy because everybody said they're too old. Why am I going to wear a dress like that? It's outdated. Every reason she couldn't sell them. And so when I walked there and I picked a few of those dresses, she said, "What are you going to do with this?" I said, "Don't worry. You'll find out soon enough, And I sat down, I drew different designs, I took them apart, I just changed them around, and those girls wore them. And wonderful thing that happened, two of those survivors of human trafficking, two of those girls now are married. And one of them actually used one of those dresses to get married. One of them is actually working now. She worked with the FBI, they busted that ring, and the leaders are in jail. And that was for her the first time, that was for her the first time that she was able to stand in front of people freely and talk about what had happened to her. And there was another time I was wanting to do something for UN women. They were doing something for women who have benefit of women who experience violence against themselves. And she came to me, she said, I would volunteer to tell my story, So now, through fashion, these girls experienced liberation. They were liberated from the shame of the past life. Shame can keep you in prison. The hurt, the low self-esteem that they felt. Not to mention their families. Many families sometimes feel ashamed, because what will friends think about your daughter or your sister or your mother? Not to mention the fact that many of us think that they brought it on themselves. Many of us think that they were bad girls. That's why they got into it. Well, whether they were bad boys or bad girls or not, or whether they brought it on themselves, the bottom line is all of us have made mistakes. All of us have done things that took us a route that we shouldn't have gone, or a route that we realized we gone the wrong direction. And all of us want second chances. That's what matters in the end. That through fashion, these girls were able to get a second chance. They were able to, and since then, they've been wanting to work more and help others. Now, their story was able to inspire others, because I know that there are always other people out there who are going through stuff but they don't have the courage. But these girls were able, through fashion, through that fashion show, they were able to say, you know what, to people out there that are perpetrating this evil, that you cannot break me down. My past will not control my future. I will control my future. This is the choice now that I'm making. So it was a really beautiful and rewarding experience. I was so honored to work with those girls. I was so grateful that, that they had such courage